Welcome to our auto repair service. We are here to assist you, and we are glad that you choose our auto repair to be a service locality. My name is Awa. I get into car industry all the way back since 1995. I work with a couple of different companies, but I actually pursue my apprenticeship with Sotec Automobile in Douala, owned by Mr. Michael Bomati Tanji. From there, I work with Mr. Klaus Clemens. He's a German trained engineer in auto mechanic field. And I worked with them for like 3 years. And later on, I went back to Gabon, Libreville. I also have the opportunity to get into a Mercedes representative in CIMAC, that is Libreville. I worked there as a chef of the department, which you call it, occupy a leadership department in frigorist, that's air condition, installation, and all of those. And I was there for 3 years. But within the 3 years time, the company found me so focused, and they decided to send me for further studies. I did 2-year studies at the Lycée Technique Ondimba in Libreville, Gabon. And after that, they promoted me. I worked with them for another 3 years until I had the opportunity to travel to the United States. But with the United States settings, they don't value whatever you bring in. They can only consider, but they don't give you all the credentials that you have if you don't prove yourself to them. So I picked a technical school here, which I attended for 2 good years, and came out with my certificate from Libreville and Cameroon. This is the last certificate that I acquired here at Penn Foster Career School in the Pennsylvania State. After that, I was then qualified to establish this establishment that I have here today, called Awa Auto. And I've been here in College Park, Maryland for close to 10 years, helping the community, helping my African brothers, Cambodian brothers and sisters, impacting people's lives when it comes to their vehicle. Keeping car running is what I love doing, and I have dreams. Why not transforming this place one day to a dealership? That's my dream, that's my goal. What makes our auto different from other shops is the quality of the services that we provide, and it's also our pricing, because we provide quality job with reasonable prices. If you get to our auto repair, first of all, we value you, we pay attention to your problems, and your satisfaction is our #1 priority. So that makes us different, and also the hygienic part of it. Most people have the notion that auto mechanic shops are just like junk, but we're trying to be well organized. We're trying to get current with our diagnostic tools, all sort of things that will enable us to work easily to the problem and get it rectified and solve it for our customers. So we believe that our auto repair is different from other shops in terms of the quality of the job, the pricings, and also the customer service. We value our customers, we value their cars, and we're so professional in what we're doing. Most shops don't do that. Except you can see those qualities I just mentioned, you can only find them within the dealership settings. But we are also trying to do that because our goal is also to become a dealership in the nearest future. We are specialized on foreign cars. For instance, Mercedes-Benz, European cars. Mercedes-Benz is our top choice because that's where I actually pursue my training on. And BMWs, Audis, then we came back In the domestic vehicle, we do Ford, we do Chrysler, we do Dodge. So we are doing domestic vehicle now, but not as much as foreign vehicles. But we will get there. We have the plans to get some more technicians that are also specialized on domestic vehicle, because this is an independent shop. I have 4 certified technicians that are all certified, ASE certified. I also have a service advisor that helps to schedule appointments and also other parts for the business. Our auto work mostly on appointment, in the sense that we have a vast volume of customers as compared to when we just started. So if you are not on appointment schedule, we can't just take you as a walk-in. But don't forget, we take walk-in customer in a situation where it happens to be their first time. Let's say they find us on the social media, let's say somebody referred them by word of mouth, and we just happen to see them. We don't make them to make a U-turn. We make sure we attend to them, and that's what actually makes us different again from other shops. But besides that, our regular customers are already familiar with the system, which is to make a phone call, schedule an appointment, bring your car, depending on the nature of the job, and then we now tell you how long it would take us to get your car back ready. Right here, we do auto repairs. Auto repairs involve transmission jobs, engine jobs, brakes, suspension. We also do AC work that's involve your air condition, which is not working well. We can get it corrected and fix it well for you during summertime. We also do heating on cars, and we do welding as well. And we have different partners because our auto is actually expanding. We have a partner which we do work together when it concerns body work. So we are also certified to do body work, but because the location is kind of small, we now extend it. So we have different insurance. We work with like Geico, State Farm, we work with Progressive, we work with Ray Insurance, Nationwide. You can name them. So that is a little bit of what we do here.
He had a dream, and that dream was to make a difference in his life so that he could impact his family. That is exactly the same dream that took him to Libreville, Gabon for 5 years, and then he later moved to the United States. Today, he is the CEO of one of the biggest and most thriving mechanic shops in the United States. I don't know about your dream, but the truth is, I'd like for you to take your seat, grab some popcorn, and get ready to be inspired. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Are you happy to be here?
I'm very, very happy.
Thank you so much for accepting to be our guest. Before we start the show today, there is something that we call the Truth Pledge, which we like our guests to go through and pledge to have the best time of their lives today. And so before we get to talking to our guest today, I'd like for him to do that Truth Pledge. I pledge to have fun on the show today. I pledge to share my story to the best of my ability. I pledge to hopefully inspire somebody as much as I can. Do you think that you can do that pledge?
Sure, I can do that.
Alrighty, so we are with you. Just look at the camera over there and just pledge.
I, Raymond, our popularly known as our auto repair, pledge to inspire those that are watching this, that coming here is to relax and answer everything that is positive that will make the show keep going.
So he's going to tell us every single thing, the good, the bad, the in between, the ugly, every single thing that will
Yes.
make the show a success. It's all about conversing, talking, real talk, real stories, nothing left in between. I mean, of course, we want to get into that and see, you know. So let's get to know a little bit more about you, your profession. You are an auto mechanic. How did your love for this field, how was it born?
It's a long story, but I want to cut it short.
Okay.
It all started when I was still a teenage, a little boy. Uh, I fell in love with people driving cars.
Okay.
Someone sitting in the car, started drive, go park, and then. But what I was more interested about is to figure out what is making the car to move.
Okay.
So from then I started telling my father, my parents, that is who I want to be in future. I want to know what is in that little box.
That makes it move.
It makes it move
Wow.
from point A to point B.
That's amazing. And so that dream took you all the way to Gabon. Why Gabon? And how was that? Why was it Gabon?
It was Gabon because I was specialized on one particular brand of vehicle, which that vehicle is most popular in Gabon,
Okay.
and that is Mercedes-Benz.
Okay. So you had a dream to want to understand the dynamics behind a moving vehicle. Did you ever do a training prior to going to Gabon? Or did you travel to Gabon before you did your training?
I did a training, of course.
Okay. Okay.
You know, I did a training with some German guys in Douala
Okay.
for like 5 years. I worked with Mercedes-Benz in Douala,
Okay.
3 years. That's where I learned about Gabon.
Okay.
And
So they said Gabon was the goal.
Gabon was the goal because I wanted to further my education into the field.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Gabon because I have this opportunity to be working and attending some classes.
Okay.
That's what actually took me to Gabon.
That's amazing. And so you lived in Gabon for 5 years. What made you move from there to the United States? Did you hear about more schools that you wanted to attend? What was it that took you from Gabon to the United States?
From Gabon to the United States, the goal was to become bigger. So hearing about United States, I know that's where they actually manufacture cars.
Okay.
So my dream was to go to United States so that one day I might be working with one of the car industry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what actually took me from Gabon to the United States.
And so that dream of moving to the United States started in 2004?
2004.
Wow. How was the experience when you just arrived here? Did you find everything so easy? Did you go through challenges before you finally found your path?
It wasn't so easy at all. It was a rough beginning because we all know what it takes to settle or to start in this country, United States. So, but being very patient, I came through it.
Okay.
So if I want to give you the beginning, it's too rough, it's too long, but it wasn't that easy.
What were some difficulties that you faced? Because did you have a family here? How did you navigate your path? If you can just tell us a few things that you really went through, because the aim of this show is not only to tell our stories, but to make you understand the paths, the processes, so that you may know how to navigate things better as well. And so that's the reason why I was asking you, what were some challenges that were very pertinent to you at that time? What did you learn from them?
My first challenges was to get into the system, get to understand the system, and get to locate myself where I will excel in my field.
Mm-hmm.
Because just arriving in the United States, the first challenge was to get the documents, get a place where they can accept you, get used to their language, and all of that process wasn't that easy. So immediately I went through that process. There was another drama, you have to be certified. I thought all what I knew in Gabon was enough.
It was enough.
I have to be certified. So it's from then I need to figure out which school to go. School fees are so expensive. I started with in contact. It was so much. I heard of Penn Foster and Penn State. I jumped over there, and all of these were the little challenges that I was encountering.
What did you learn from all those challenges during that period?
I was patient and just being focused and keep having faith because I encountered some people, in fact, that actually drop out of the field and
Okay.
become security officer. Some of them become tow truck drivers. But because that's what I have passion for it, I say I have to stick with it.
So what kept you going was your patience.
Passion.
Or was this something else that you really wanted to get to the point?
It was my patience and my goals was to establish one day and sit and see people that I've trained or people that will work for me and people that will impact the community and we keep on growing.
That's amazing. And so it's been so many years now, about 15 years, that you've been here in the United States. You are the owner of one of the most thriving auto mechanic shops. You specialize in luxury cars. Why did you decide to specialize in luxury cars? Is it because you wanted the big bag, or it's because you had love for those kind of cars generally?
I started with the luxury car since
Okay.
Libreville. I wanted to make a difference.
Mhm.
So I got into BMW, Range Rovers, and whatever high-end cars you can talk of, you can imagine of, because I wanted to make that difference.
Mhm.
That's why when you see our auto repairs, you can compare with other shops around town. It's not just about the publicity we give out there, but it's about the quality of the job
Right.
and most particularly the prices
Mhm.
that we offer to our community.
So, looking at all what you've been able to do for the years that you have been based in the United States, building this business, you have created jobs as well. How does that make you feel about not just helping people with their cars, but providing a livelihood for others who have come to learn this trade from you?
So far, I feel very, I can say I feel very satisfied
Okay.
with what we have done so far because you mentioned training people, employing people. We have had Americans that work for us. We have had people that came in just for internship,
Okay.
and we have impacted most of the Cameroonians here that came into the country. They didn't find it easy, just like what I went through, and our spot was a spot for them to start their first step.
That's good. I mean, I have heard from people in the community that when they came here, they didn't have money to buy cars, like to go to a dealership and buy cars, but you actually help them obtain their very first cars in this country. And some people have even said that in the deep winter, you would leave what you have to do to go rescue them because their car was stuck. Why did you do that?
I do that because my customers are our first priority. And it's so frustrating for someone counting on you because, first of all, a car automobile trade is just like a doctor.
Okay.
You know, when someone trusts in you and he or she find herself stranded somewhere because the car is broke down, and just discussing over the phone with that individual, you can have an idea. He might be thinking that is something for 2 hours, but because you listen keenly to what he explained over the phone, that what makes me drive there even during snow. Because I know my going there will be less than 5 minutes based on my experience.
Right.
And right there, I will rescue that person that was being stranded.
That's
So
really
that's
amazing.
just
Being such a force for good to the community. Now, my next question to you is, what does it mean for you to be an inspiration to others, to be a figurehead to be somebody that other people look up to? What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. It just means that I will keep on in that aspect so that it will give a legacy that other can also emulate, and it's all about life. So don't let someone be disappointed. Meanwhile, they're looking up to you, and that person will also not give out what he didn't receive from you. So that is what makes me feel happy, that what makes me proud to see that people should emulate the aspect of who we are.
You're somebody who is very grounded spiritually. You are an elder in church. Tell us about that side of you. Does that contribute to the kind of person that you are? Is that why you are good to people and you care for others?
That's the family background.
Okay.
I was born a Christian, grew up a Christian, saw my mother working as a servant of God in church. So I just inherited that from my mom. She was wearing the same robe when I was growing up as a child.
Okay.
And today I'm putting on the same robe
How
as
did that
an
make you
elder.
feel? To
It
be an
makes me
elder?
it makes me feel like a servant.
Mhm.
I'm servicing the car for the people. I'm counseling the youth in church.
Wow.
So everywhere I go, I see that I need to give out to the community.
What is the biggest lesson that you have learned from being the person that you are? Whether it's serving your clients with your whole heart or serving in church in your community. What's the biggest lesson that you have learned from all of those things?
The biggest lesson I've learned is not actually like a lesson of positive. It's a lesson of some of them not being appreciative.
Okay.
Especially in the aspect of my auto mechanic field.
Okay.
Because sometimes we give out the best, especially for our communities, people you trust, and they never return back. So that's the biggest something I would advise, that when you give out your best, like you spend time to give out your best, and then somebody that you trust will not come back to appreciate in the terms of paying your money back. Let's say you say, let it go for now, you don't have it all, and come back in 2 weeks that you've promised to come. Some of them
And then
never
you don't
come
come
back.
back.
Yes.
So have you had like run into problems with some of your clients? Like had bad blood because they don't pick up your calls? Because it's something that happens a lot. Like sometimes you do work with people and then later on like they just don't pick up your calls. Like have you run into those kind of problems in the past, in your in your present day life, work life as well?
Yes, of course. But guess what? You never run away from the Bible.
You
Some of
come
them,
back
they don't pick up. They meet you somewhere. They behave as if nothing has ever happened.
as if they don't owe
But
you.
because we know who we are, they're still going to come back. So it happens all the time. When they don't pick up, we just smile. We know that one day
They'll be
the car
back.
is going to need us and
They're
they'll
gonna
come
be
back.
back.
Yes.
So is there like an experience, like a bitter or bittersweet experience you've had in your career as an auto mechanic, just serving your people? Has there been a case where people have breached your trust in them that made you so bitter that you almost felt like, you know what, I will stop being this nice to people?
It happens all the time, but I avoid going that route,
Okay.
going to that extent,
Okay.
because I know for sure we all need cars.
Yeah.
So sometimes they make me to a point where I say, okay, I will never give a car to this particular person anymore if he doesn't pay off.
Mm-hmm.
But because I know for sure that I'm there to serve, and I've been making what I expect to make. I'm not that rich, but I'm making what I'm expected to make. So sometimes I just say, I will just keep on doing that.
Right.
Because the reward will come. Sometimes the person go by themselves, their conscience just judge them. They will send you a referral that will come and be a good person far more than them.
Okay.
So I just keep doing that because that's what I've been called to do. I will keep doing that to them.
That's amazing. So, I'm going to ask you a couple of other questions because I want us to relax a little bit. Um, I want you to tell me a little bit about your background. How did you grow up? How's your family life like?
Family life, I grew up from a polygamous family and with a lot of siblings. But I chose this route to be where I am because I wanted to look out for my siblings,
Mhm.
which is what I've been doing. And with 4 sisters and 4 boys, we are all still alive, doing well. I've helped about 5 of them to transit here in the United States. They're also doing well. So the family, each person is trying or becoming independent. And I'm proud that that's what I've done.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's really, really wonderful. Because a lot of times, I know that you said to us earlier that you were the firstborn of your family. Did you feel that that put too much pressure on you to want to make it in life so you could help them?
Years back, you used to put a pressure, but since they've all succeeded to a certain level, this is the time that I'm relaxing.
Okay.
I do work when I feel asked to work. I have technicians that work. I do ride my bike. I play my tennis. I relax. But 10 years back, it wasn't the case.
Okay.
But since I succeeded by bringing all these siblings here, of course, I say it's time to relax
That's
myself.
amazing.
Yes.
Do you have support from family, friends, relatives? Or are you just like a one loner, like a one man band?
I have supports, you know.
How
I don't
important
want to
is it?
mention names here, but I guess I would say when someone has impacted your life, I don't see any reason not to mention that person. If you are mentioning it for good, you have someone like my elder sister Awa,
Okay.
you have someone like Martin Tamukon Tungfo. Those are the two individuals that have been there to hold my hand stand strong. So that's why I'm mentioning those two names here, and including so many other, the rest of the family members that have impacted my life. But that is the two support pillars that have been behind me.
What are you most proud of? If you should look at your life from 15, 20 years back and your life today, what are you most proud of?
I'm proud that I've been in business in the United States. I've established a business, a car industrial business is growing, is doing well. I've trained people, I have workers, and I've accomplished a lot. I don't want to be greedy, and I'm giving it out back to the community.
That's amazing.
That's why I'm involved in church. I'm involved in the Cameroonian community here in the diaspora, even back home. I'm trying to give out back to my people. So I'm proud that I'm achieving or I'm attaining those goals.
That's amazing. So, if somebody should ask you today, what what inspirational messages can you pass out to people who may have come from humble backgrounds like you, who may have had struggles traveling to another country or integrating in another country, had difficulties, or people who've turned their backs on them after they've been good to them? What would you tell them?
The message I will tell them out there is to be patient, is to be focused. Because when you hear people say, this is what I'm making here, and you don't have any idea, you just, the notion you have is to make money. You leave what you would have maybe be better off in that area of life. You say you want to join this. and later on you discover that it's time wasting. So I will encourage anyone listening that you need to be patient. You need to stick with what you're doing because
Stay
God,
in your niche
yes,
or find your niche and keep it.
keep it and just be doing
Continue
what
doing
is
it.
right and keep on finding all the possible means to improve your knowledge.
So how do you feel about being here? Is it your first time on TV?
This is my first time on TV. Yes,
How does it feel like being on TV? I mean, you look good for somebody on TV for the first time. Are you not even nervous? You're just
I
like,
am
it's
nervous.
a natural thing for you.
I am nervous because this is my first time sitting on the TV, on
Like,
television.
yeah.
But what I'm saying is that I wish that anyone watching me out there that also owns an auto mechanic shop, which
Or
of
any
course
business, of course.
they should come here, sit there, and give a little bit of their story.
Yeah.
And I wish to come back next time when I'm fully prepared.
What do you mean by fully prepared?
When I'll be coming for the second time on this show.
Okay.
Because first time, that's why I'm short of words. I'm nervous. So coming back second time is
You'll be
actually
fully ready.
yes to come and say so many more things
Okay.
about
Alright.
what we have on the pipeline.
So before we get into talking about future projects that you may have in your home country, Cameroon, I'd like for us to, relax a little bit. What makes you happy?
Happy spending time with
What
family.
are some things that, light your soul up?
When I'm playing with my kids,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm riding my bike,
You love riding
when I'm
bikes.
playing my tennis,
Okay.
and most especially when I'm diagnosing a car,
Uh-huh.
listening to a problem and trying to find a solution,
You're the
figure
car
out.
doctor.
I am the car doctor.
Oh my word. I love that. I want you to look in the camera and say, I am the car doctor.
I am the car doctor.
I love that, right? I really love
I
that.
am the car doctor at Awa Auto Repairs in College Park, Maryland.
That's amazing. And so if anybody who has problems, any injuries, he's going to fix it for you. He has over 15 years experience in this domain. He says he listens to problems in the car, just like the doctor listens to maybe a baby's belly rumbling, and they'll tell you, I think this baby has this thing. Is that how you listen to problems in the
Yes.
car, like with your ear or with some instruments or whatever?
A little bit car is just like a human, like you
Okay.
said, yes.
Okay.
I listen to all these different sounds. We have the knocking sound, we have the squeaking sound,
Mm-hmm.
we have the rounding sound. All those sounds,
They tell a story.
they tell you what is the issue going on with the car.
My guest on today's show is one of the most celebrated. He owns one of the most thriving auto mechanic shops in the United States, in the DMV area. That's in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. He calls himself, as you have heard, the car doctor. So if your car has issues, you know where to find the doctor to fix your car. So he's been sharing with us about his story and his journey, how he had pressure being the firstborn of the family, wanting to change the name of the family, but also having a high passion to understand the dynamics behind what makes a car move from point A to B. That dream took him to Libreville in Gabon, and then finally to the United States, where he felt that he would have even bigger impact. What is your story? What is your dream? And what are you doing about it? Welcome back. All right, so I wanted us to talk a little bit about some things that make you feel really happy. You talked about your bike and all whatnot. On the family perspective, are there certain things that you do as a family that is like an activity that always keeps your mind, your body, your soul together?
I have to create room for family vacation.
Okay.
That is something that keep my mind together,
Mm-hmm.
give some attention to the family.
Okay.
So that is a normal routine. that I will spend time with the family, go beyond the state of Maryland to have that quality moment with the family. And that's the moment I feel myself really happy.
If you had money today, what are 5 top locations, vacation spots? It can be anywhere in the world. It can be in Africa that you'd want to visit, and why?
5.
Yes.
I want to visit Germany
Okay. Why?
because that's the where the seat of the Mercedes-Benz is being found.
Okay.
Because I want to go right there and see what is all about the idea of building a Mercedes-Benz. I would like to go to Japan because my African brothers, my African continent citizens, they love Japanese vehicles.
Okay.
I'm talking of Toyota, Honda, Acura, and so on and so forth. I would like to go to a place like New York. I would like to.
You've not been to New York?
I've been to New York, but I've never been there for
New
vacation.
York is in the United States. Okay. That's cool.
So I would like to go to these places just to get a live experience.
Okay.
And that is.
So those are 3.
Those are
I didn't
3.
even hear Cameroon in your list.
No, Cameroon is coming.
Okay. Because
That is home.
I thought that
Home
should be the
is-
first on your list.
Home is home.
On your bucket
You're
list.
going home is to go and offer.
Right.
I would like to go to Cameroon and set up and train
Okay.
people. That is our ultimate plan.
Okay.
Because I'm not too far from getting retired.
Okay.
So, but setting up an institution where I'll be training the young people, it should be in Cameroon.
Have you ever disappointed any of your clients? Have you ever felt like you felt short of your promise to them?
Yes, of course,
Okay.
but not deliberately.
Okay.
It happens most of the time when you're working on someone's car that the part is not available.
Okay.
We have to order the part. The store can tell you your part will be there tomorrow by 1 o'clock. And tomorrow, the story change. Maybe the part did not come in. Sometimes they don't have the delivery on time. There are so many reasons. And when you turn back to tell the customer why you didn't get that part the following day at 1 o'clock, he becomes very frustrated because your words have changed.
Right.
So that's when you know that your words have changed, but not due to your making. But he is so disappointed, he's so frustrated.
Have you lost
And you
clients
just-
because of that?
And not really lost a client like that because it's the same story everywhere you go. Sometimes you don't really have control over delivery
Okay.
when it comes to ordering of parts. So a customer will just end up to understand based on your previous behavior.
Right.
He will understand, but he will equally get frustrated,
Okay.
especially when that individual is on a car rental. He has to pay an
To
extra
for that.
day.
Right.
He has to spend more money, and he has to come and pay the same bill that you charge her for.
Okay. So has that made you like have some enemies, people that you don't talk to anymore because of destroyed relationships, either from one side or the other? Not saying that you caused trouble, but have you had that kind of bad blood with some people that you don't even want to see them at all? You don't talk to them.
No. Some people are just like very hard to understand.
Right.
They can keep that grudge with you, but it's not something that you want need to extend.
Right.
It's just about the car. Sometimes I tell them relax, and I'll give a discount when you're picking up the car because I know you have gone an extra day for your renter. So I'll give a break again just to keep them. So we encounter that every day, but we deal with it, we handle it.
So we have to dare you today. You have to choose from the 3 things that I'm going to call right now. Song, music, meaning that you pick a song and sing for us. Comedy, if you like comedy, you might have to do a comedy piece for us, make us laugh. Or dance. So, which do you choose?
I choose to sing.
You choose to sing, okay. So what song are you going to sing? One of your CMF songs from church? My dad is in the CMF. That's a Christian Men Fellowship. Oh my God. Every time I remember, whenever we go back home and we're in church, when they say CMF sing, you just see each member touching the other. Give song, give song, give song, give a song, give a song. And then finally they just sluggishly wake up and they start singing one song like that, with the voice, with the bass. So I'm wondering if that's the kind of song you're bringing, or maybe you bring us some hyped up song.
I want to sing just a brief song.
Okay, so go ahead. Look at
Coming
your
from
camera.
And this,
I'm bringing the life. You're the artist, remember?
yes, and this song is one of our favorite songs that we sing when we are praising God. We
Okay.
say with us, in my God had a better plan. When the 3 years are rolling back, even when centuries pass.
Oh.
Even when centuries pass.
So why did you choose that song?
With us in mind, God had a better plan.
Okay.
The
Is
plan
it because
has-
of the message in the
Yes,
song?
the plan has been a better one. So that's why we are acknowledging it.
Yeah.
That's why I choose that song.
Are you a
So God
success?
still have a better plan for us.
He does. He does. If somebody should ask you, are you a success? Are you a successful man?
I'm a success.
Why?
Because I'm making people smile. I'm rescuing people from going through hardship with their cars.
Okay.
So I think I'm a success in that, because I can assure you that I will fix it, and I'll fix it and put it back on the road.
Okay. So before we go, you get a chance to ask me one question. You get a chance to play my role as an interviewer. If you had to pick one question to ask me, what question would that be? And I pledge that I'm going to answer to the best of my ability. I won't hold nothing back. And I hope that my answer inspires or intrigues somebody out there. So I'm ready for you.
The same question goes back to you. Why did you choose doing this, and how long you've been doing this? Doing
A talk
journalism,
show.
talking to people and promoting people.
Oh, that's so nice. I mean, it really feels weird when you're on the other side, always asking questions and then being asked a question. Because the reason why I wanted to bring that is because sometimes we just keep asking and we never get, people never really get a chance to ask us a question, and they might have like questions they want to ask. So, why did I choose to do what I do? I would say this profession found me as early as maybe the age of 5. Um, I noticed, I mean, maybe I didn't know anything at that time, but I always had, this push. I was always doing poems, rhymes in school and everything. And so I knew that I had a gift, As I grew older, the love for it grew bigger, And in 2009, I started working with the Cameroon National Television after a nationwide audition. And I became the presenter of a TV show. I became a celebrity overnight, from an ordinary girl
Wow.
to this person. When I got into the profession, I understood even so much more, like being a bridge, because the role I play is being a bridge between me and the people. I bring your stories to the world. I share your experiences with others. So I just really embraced this profession. And so, like I would say, you call yourself the doctor of cars. I call myself the queen of the mic. Because
Okay.
whenever the mic is rolling, I feel so inspired, so empowered to do something, to share, to, just really uplift every single way that I can.
That's
And
wonderful.
so, yeah, thank you for that question. That
That's
was, I
wonderful.
almost felt like I didn't answer the question right, but I think
you
that we
did
can make
well.
do with that.
Yes, you did well.
All right. So, what has been your best part of being on the show today?
It's towards the end, especially when I sang my song.
That was a nice song. I think that was a really good song. In that, everybody out there, those who know the song might be singing along. Hopefully, they got inspired by your story. What message would you want to share with people who are maybe at the crossroad of their lives? Maybe they are in the United States, any part of the world, in Cameroon, going through a hardship, your story of tenacity, because you've been tough, you've been through some tough times in your life, which we may not want to talk about on the show unless you want to share, like some triumph stories of yours. What do you want to tell people out there who are watching you on how to triumph in life and keep at their dreams and keep pushing to achieve their dreams?
First of all, I would like to tell people out there watching that it's all about passion, it's all about humility, it's all about standing on your faith and never, never lose your faith.
Mm-hmm.
And you will definitely achieve your goals because God never created any person to come and be the last. If you're being the last or you're being at the tail, it's just by your own making. God has
A better
a
plan.
better plan
I love that song. I
for
want us
each
to end with that song.
of His
So can you do
creature.
that song again for us as we end? Hopefully you got blessed today. I have been so inspired. It's really all about inspiring you, inspiring us, uplifting the community, and making you see that whatever dreams you have are possible if you just give it wings. So we're going to end the show today with that song, which hopefully I can learn because I really love it. I love the message in that song. And if you like the song, you can join us to sing the song. So do you want to teach me that song? Do you mind?
Let's go. With us in mind, God had a better plan. When the victory years are rolling by, even when centuries pass.
Okay. Alrighty. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. We hope that you learned something from today's episode of the show. We were talking here to Awa Ray Masango, the CEO and founder of Our Auto Repairs, based in Maryland, United States. He calls himself the car doctor. So if your car is out there having issues, you definitely know where to take it to. Get to him, get to us. Definitely check us out and make sure that you join the family. Every single week, we bring you inspiring stories from people, ordinary people just like you, professionals, entertainers, entrepreneurs from all across the world, so that their stories can hopefully inspire you. Thank you so much for being with us. We hope to see you on the next episode. God bless you. Goodbye.